welcome everybody to episode 1 of Dungeon Academy. With me today are 4 pretty new players to D&D, and we're going to kind of I'm gonna kind of explain how the game works as we play. I got together with the players over the week to help them make their characters. I think I'm going to make a how to make a D&D character video in case you don't know how to do that. But for people who are thinking about trying to play D&D, you don't actually have to buy anything. You can go online and get most of your stuff for free. There's even a dice roller that you can get for free as well. So I'll have links to that stuff in the YouTube video, so you can just check the bottom for that. But D&D basically, really what you need is at least 2 people. One person to run the game, that's the Dungeon Master, and one person to play it, that's the player. The player controls their character, and the Dungeon Master kind of controls everything else. And the Dungeon Master is not, I'm not your enemy. I'm like a referee. So, like, the players kind of roam around and tell me what they do, and then I have to figure out what the response is to that. And I play the bad guys, I play the monsters, I play all the people in town. But it's kind of like, if this isn't a movie, they're the stars, right? And I'm like kind of the director. And all of us write the script together. So I might have a scenario in mind, but I have no idea how it's going to play out. And that's kind of the fun of D&D, is it always ends up somewhere where you have no idea, how you got there. But that's like the fun of D&D. So for this, we're going to do a campaign. A campaign is a linked bunch of sessions. So it's a continuous story that we'll be playing through for weeks and weeks and weeks. And this campaign is based on 2 adventures. One is The Temple of Elemental Evil, which is an old first edition adventure, a classic adventure written by Gary Gygax. And Chris Perkins, who DMs Dice Camera Action, wrote a prequel to it. So we're going to do the prequel, and we're going to do the Temple of Elemental Evil. The first few episodes are probably going to be more introductory. I want to focus on each character for one episode. So this is actually going to be the Lilia Starbit episode, played by Aya. So,
Yay!
okay. So I had explained to you guys your stuff and your story and everything like that.
Yes.
So the Gnarly Forest is this ancient forest with really huge trees. Some of them are like 120 feet tall. The branches up above connect, so if you're trained in acrobatics or if you're nimble, you can travel the forest just by walking through the branches and stuff like that. Can somebody mute their sound? I can hear somebody in the background.
Oh, that's probably me. Give me a second.
All right, there we go. So the branches connect and you can travel, and some people know why this is and some don't. The forest has weird mood changes. Sometimes it's real nice and flowery, and other times it's got these really prickly bushes called daggerthorn bushes. Okay, so start with, you're all in the Gnarly Forest. Everybody, can you roll initiative? So you roll a d20 and you add your dexterity bonus.
So soon.
Okay.
So Lilia, what'd you get?
17.
17 for Lilia. Seraphine, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
4.
Great way to start off.
Well, Winthrop.
5.
5 for Winthrop. And Bravesweet.
I rolled a 12, and that's added.
You got it.
What do I add? Is
Your
it just
dexterity
Constitution?
bonus.
No, it's Dex.
Oh, it's dexterity. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So that's
+2.
+2, so that's 14.
All right, and then I'm gonna roll for whatever I have. Oh, I rolled really bad. Okay.
It's okay.
Oh boy.
So Lilia. All right.
Hey!
You're in the forest or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And you see there's a fire over in the distance. What do you do?
Well, she probably is like being like, oh my god, what is that? I have to go there, and she's gonna like try and run there as fast as she can, which is not very fast because she's tiny.
Okay. So you were able to get to where it is, and you can see there's one huge tree that's on fire. You see about 4 sleazy looking people wearing kind of red clothing with fire emblems on them, and there's a trail of blood that they're following, and they're on foot. And one of them is wounded and like patching up a wound, and they're grumbling about some druid. So that's all. It took your whole turn. This first round is kind of a different kind of
Mhm.
round, so we'll get to that in a second. All right, so Bravesweet, your turn. Are you gonna go up to the fire as well?
I'm gonna be like, what now? And I'll just kind of make my way there, I
Okay.
guess.
So Bravesweet, you see what I described: tree on fire, 4 shady-looking people, and you see a little gnome warlock. So Lilia, what do you look like?
So she has
Like,
like shoulder length blonde hair and sticky like huge pointy ears and a red witch hat, like a huge red witch hat and a poofy like skirt on the bottom.
Mhm.
She looks like a Ghibli character, and she's probably holding her dainty little wand that has like a stick and like a heart on top. That looks like a child's toy.
There's a heart on it.
okay.
And Bravesweet, what do you look like?
I look like a blue dragonborn. I'm 5'3", so I'm very short for a dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Less like fierce, more like subtle ranger looking. Heavy armor, but just not anything spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I hold a staff and I have a longbow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next up is Winthrop. So Winthrop, fire. You gonna go check it out?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So Winthrop, you kind of approach and you see these two kind of.
I'm not into the fire in a forest.
Okay, so yeah, they're kind of peering through the branches right now at these shady people and the tree on fire. So Winthrop, you see them. You see these two heroes. What do you let them know that you're approaching? What do you do?
Oh, you have to go in the fridge and take.
I would probably be a little apprehensive at first to show that I'm there.
So you're gonna stay.
I'm gonna just try to scope out the situation before revealing myself.
Okay, and then Seraphine, the fire. You gonna go check it out too?
Yes, but I'm going to try to keep somewhat hidden in the branches to scope out the scene, but at the same time keep my eye on the 4 robed figures, like before they can leave my sight.
Okay, Aya and Bravesweet, can you both make stealth checks? So you roll a d20 and you'll add your stealth bonus.
Me?
Bravesweet and Lilia.
Okay.
Just
I rolled a 20, so.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
I rolled like a 12.
Okay, so you two kind of crept up. You kind of were looking, and then Winthrop kind of crept up on you and didn't. And I think Seraphine isn't seen either. So these 4 bad guys kind of suddenly turn and notice just you two. And so what they do is they pull out their daggers and they say some weird word, and like fire like envelops their weapons, and they start to approach you. All right, so now it's Lilia's turn. So now we're gonna do a normal round. So on a normal round of combat or an encounter or whatever, you get to move and take an action. So moving, you can move up to, I think you're a gnome, so you can only move like 25 feet or something.
Yeah.
And
Just multi.
and an action, usually that would be an attack or cast a spell or a few other weird little options that we can get into if you want to do it. So what would you like to do? They've noticed you. They set their weapons on fire.
I think that Lilia is gonna like try to look like as tall as possible, which it's not very tall.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna cast Fey Presence to make them try to scare them away from whatever they were doing here, because she's not okay with them trying to burn down this forest.
Fey Presence. So is that like a special ability thing or something?
Yeah, it's a cantrip that I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I make a saving throw? Is that how that works?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And the spell DC is 13.
Okay. So people at home, when you cast a spell, usually one of 2 things happens. The bad guy has to make a roll, and she has to beat a certain number. That's the DC. Or if it's like an attack spell, they'll roll a spell attack where they roll the caster rolls a d20, and and they add their spell attack bonus. So in this case, I'm making a saving throw for my bad guys. And you said the DC was a 13?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 2, so I failed. So what happens with the Fey presence?
So basically, they see a giant, like, fluffy monster appear in front of me, and they see, like, the clouds start to, like, freak them out, and, like, glowing eyes, and, like, the forest gets all dark and stormy, and they are scared of, or frightened, I guess, of me.
Does it affect more than one creature? Does it?
It's a 10-foot cube.
Oh, okay. Wait. All right. So right now they're like 20 feet away. So you're gonna approach out of the forest 10
Yeah.
feet and kind of go into the clearing area. Okay. So you step
Yeah.
forward 10 feet, and then they see a huge furry thing. Okay. So they're frightened, right? So frightened is
Yeah.
a condition. All the conditions are on page 291 of the player's handbook for people watching. What frightened means is that. Let's see. They have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear. They cannot move willingly closer to the gnome. Okay,
Ooh.
so they were creeping forward with their like fiery daggers, and then you step forward, and now they're like, oh shit. They start to back up a little bit. All right.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, excuse me, you cannot do this. This is not okay.
They all look
I'm
at
just
each
gonna
other
put
like.
my hands on my hips and say,
Bravesweet, it's your turn. One thing you notice, Bravesweet, that probably nobody else notices is this weird fungus around. You've been seeing it all throughout the forest, and these fungus look kind of like tongues, sort of sticking out of the tree trunks and stuff. So, what would you like to do? You saw the gnome step forward and scare all these weird.
Would I like? Is this normal? Do I know this gnome and just like yeah? Or...
I think you've probably run into each other. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I think you've lived in the forest, both of you, right? This forest.
Okay,
she's very friendly, so she's probably.
I assume
seen
I
her
probably
around.
know you. I go, okay, she's got this.
Mhm.
And so I'd like to go closer to maybe a stump or a tree that has these odd mushrooms, and like, could I check it out and see what's maybe going on? Could I do a sample?
Make a nature check. That's a skill. So you roll a d20 and you'll add your nature
Okay.
bonus.
Nature +2, so that is 13.
Okay. So this is there's some weird funguses with weird properties. You're pretty sure if you were to eat this, something would happen. Maybe not good.
Can I collect some in like a little jar? Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna collect some and put it in a jar.
All right.
So there's a fire, there's dudes attacking me, but you're like, oh, mushroom.
But when I like pick up the mushroom, I
Same.
look at it and I try really hard to touch the mushroom as least as possible. Like I'm using my claws and I'm just
Okay.
feeling it and just there.
Winthrop, so you see the gnome step forward and scare them. The ranger look over there and just start messing with some fungus. What would you like to do, Winthrop?
I would probably just, I guess, ready in action and just knock an arrow in my short bow and just be ready in case those guys make any more movement. Seeing as the gnome frightened them, I'm not too worried about it right now, but I want to be prepared in case they continue to be hostile.
So in D&D, readying is so basically she's just to declare what the readying is, and her action will hold in the initiative order, and she can jump in whenever that trigger sets off. So if these guys do something that kind of violates what she said, she can immediately jump in and shoot. Okay. All right. So now Seraphine, you can see Winthrop. Winthrop, what do you look like?
Okay, so I'm a elf. It's about 5'5", but his skin tone is kind of ashy gray, and he has tattoos down this side of his face, and it goes down around his neck and down. And he has some piercings in one ear, and his hair looks like it's really close cropped all on this side, but really long on this end. And raven black.
What's
Okay.
your race?
Shadar Kai elf.
All right. So Seraphine, what would you like to do?
Okay, can I see out of the 4 guys, is there anyone that looks like they're the leader of anything? Like one that looks more in charge?
Yes, there's one that's got more elaborate clothing on that they do seem to subtly be deferring to. It's a lady and she's got white hair.
Okay, got it. I don't like her, so I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. And that's a cantrip, and it's a Dexterity saving throw of 13.
Okay, dex save. All right, so 13. She failed it. So.
Ooh. Okay, so then if they fail, they take 1d8 of radiant damage.
All right, it's good. Roller d8.
Yeah, so I'm gonna 2, and then spell attack bonus. That's a 7.
7. All right. Okay, so the rest of you didn't know that this person was here. So Seraphine, what do you look like?
I'm a 5'5" human cleric, and I have white, sort of light blonde hair that I currently keep tucked in a braid and hidden behind sort of the rest of my clothing. I'm wearing my sort of typical white robes with scale mail armor and a shield with the symbol of Umbra on it. And currently on my back, I've got my crossbow and my mace hanging from my belt at my side.
So, and anybody who sees the symbol of Umbra, you know Umbra is the goddess of good. So, all right, so Seraphine, you hit one of them. Now the bad guys get to go. Yay!
Boy.
All right, Aya, they're terrified of you and they can't come closer. So, the leader lady says, just avoid the monster, and come here. And so they're like, they're also like looking down, like the side, like down that way, and you see like a bit of a blood trail heading to the east, and some of them look like they want to just follow it. And she says, let's try to deal with these interlopers real quick. And so Aya, they don't want anything to do with you. Oh, so Winthrop, I think you can open fire now because they're about to attack.
I'll do that then.
Okay. Do you want to attack the leader lady who's injured or one of the other 3 people?
Probably the leader lady, because they called the command to attack.
Okay.
16.
You hit. How much damage?
Hold on. I rolled a 4. So that was with my short bow. So how does the bonus for that one work?
I don't think you add your strength bonus. I think it's just the 4. But anyway,
Okay.
it doesn't matter because all right. So she gets hit with the radiant flame. She screams, and then you want to shoot her in the heart, or where do you want to shoot
Yes.
her? Oh, all right. So arrow in the heart. She grabs it, falls to the ground. And the other 3 are like, oh no, All right. So one flings a fiery dagger at Winthrop.
Uh-oh.
Plus 3. I got an 11. Does that hit your armor class?
No, it doesn't.
All right. Let's see. Seraphine, one is gonna chuck a fiery dagger at you. Plus 3.
Good luck.
12. Does that hit?
Misses.
Okay. So that dagger hits a tree trunk behind you, and that tree fire starts to grow. The third one just says, kind of like looks at the big scary fur thing, and says, "I'm getting out of here." He starts taking off down the trail. All right. Bravesweet, your turn.
Okay, so I did the mushroom thing.
Thanks, lightning
How
fast.
far would you say the people are?
Oh,
from-
sweet.
Most of
That's
them
good to
are.
know.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Right.
It's one of my many
Do they
mistakes that will happen.
Oh, can you hear me? Is everything good? Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lilia.
So, how
Oh, sorry.
How far are they from me?
2 of them are 20 feet away. And the other one is now, he double moved, so he's 60 feet away down the forest a little bit.
And they're hurting my friends.
They're trying to. They actually didn't hurt anybody.
Oh.
You saw a couple like flaming daggers like flying around. You know, they didn't really come very close.
Not even close.
Sorry, so hold on. So that's Lilia's turn right now. So Lilia,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
That's
No,
all right, you're
no
next.
worries.
Okay, so I think that she's gonna be like, "Excuse me, what were you trying to do with my forest? That's not okay." And if they respond,
well, one goes, "Don't eat me, fur monster. I'm sorry."
I think you need to be taught a lesson, and I'm gonna do Arms of Hadar.
Okay. So is that, do I make a save or do you roll to hit?
Which, yeah, it's a strength saving throw, and I will tell you if it works what it is.
I got a 4. I
Yes.
failed.
Okay. So the giant furry monster suddenly just goes up to them and tries to hugs them real hard and squeezes like whatever he got.
Okay.
And that's 2d6. All right, so I got a 6 and a 5.
All right. Now this is this like a zone or something? Does it target one creature or does it target a?
It's 10 feet. 10 feet like around me.
Okay. All right. So it actually does 6 to 1 and 5 together. Is that right?
No, it's 11 altogether.
All right. Jeez. They both scream in pain and horror as the fur monster bear hugs them into they're in extreme. They're screaming, "Get it off me!" All right, that's it for Lilia. All right, so Bravesweet. 1 is running away. 2 are being hugged by like a spectral furry
Bear thing.
creature.
I think I'm gonna ignore everything that's happening. I notice that people are attacking each other and stuff, so I look over my shoulder, but I think I'm gonna hunker down, maybe if there's a little high patch of grass somewhere nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make my way there. I'm gonna hold my action
Mm-hmm.
and have my arrow and longbow ready.
Okay.
Just in case if somebody is in trouble too much, because at the moment I don't see them much as a threat because they're just getting a bear hug.
All right. All right. After Bravesweet is Winthrop, the Shatter Kai.
All right, so what is our situation currently with the creatures? Bear hugs, one's down.
Mm-hmm. 2 are bear hugged, 1 is dead, and 1 is running and is 60 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Do I know why they want to follow this blood trail?
All you know is your friend, the druid Kella, had just on the spur of the moment decided to go into the Temple of Elemental Evil and poke around. And now these elemental evil people are chasing somebody, and there's a trail of blood. So that's kind of what you know.
So do I know that this might be my friend?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What do I do? Have I seen these other my party currently? Have I seen them before?
You might have seen Lilia or Bravesweet in the forest. They both dwell in the forest. So, although you've only been here for a week, actually, so you probably haven't.
It's like
you've probably seen her around or heard of her.
Yeah, I might have heard stories.
My character wouldn't intentionally probably try to meet up with you at all, but she'd probably notice you or know of you if you've been around the forest a lot. So you probably don't know me, but you know of me. So
for sure.
Okay.
She's a very friendly person. She's like, I gotta know more.
let's see. I'd probably. I don't know. What does the person who's currently running away pose any sort of threat or might pose a threat in the future, do I think?
Well, I mean, that person is probably chasing Kella, and they look like they probably want to kill her.
Oh, are they going the direction
Yeah.
of the trail? Oh, okay. Then I'll probably just shoot another arrow at that person then.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh my god. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So you roll your damage dice twice, and then you add the bonus once. So if it does like d6, it would be 2d6 plus whatever. I don't know.
All right. So the bonus is just once, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. That's 9, 11.
11. Okay. So the guy takes off. He's running down the woods. You kind of look around. I guess you kind of, and it's a pretty long shot. Where do you want it to hit this guy?
Just like right at the neck, right there.
In the neck? Okay. He's still alive, but he's hurt incredibly badly. So it's in his neck. Blood's like spraying out, and he's like, oh, screaming in pain. All right. Is that it for Winthrop? You can also move if you want to.
I'd probably start chasing after him as well.
Okay, so you can move 30 feet closer to him. All right, and then Seraphine. All 3 bad guys are hurt really bad. 2 are being bear hugged. 1 has an arrow in the back of his neck. What would you like to do?
Okay. How far away is the guy that's running away?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and take out my crossbow and fire a bolt
All
right at his leg.
Ooh,
So
all right.
if it hits, he's going to be lame for a while. Okay. So then 13, 4, 17.
Okay, he only has 1 hit point left, so you don't need to roll damage. Now,
Okay.
did you want him to die, or do you want to knock him out? It's your choice.
I would like to knock him out for questioning.
So you're kind of hitting him in the leg so he just
Yeah,
can't run anymore.
I'm trying to knock him out so that way, like, at least Winthrop can catch up and probably, like, knock him over the head or something so we can, like,
All right, so
keep him alive.
it goes
for our purposes.
goes through like the back of his knee. He screams and he falls just face first, and he's breathing, but he's got a couple of really horrible wounds on him right now.
Great.
I
All
bet.
So now there's my 2 bad guys are being bear hugged. One of them is feeling courageous and says, "You better let me go, or sense shock is gonna get you. I'm gonna stab at you." And he's got his fiery. Now wait, this is just an illusory thing, right? You're not actually
Yeah.
there. Okay. So
He's probably in a 10-foot, like,
Mhm.
shot of me, so.
Are they grabbed by this thing? Like technically, what is this? Arms of Hadar, right?
Yeah.
So does it say they're restrained or anything like that?
It just says that they can't take any reactions until their next turn.
Oh, I see. Each creature
Yeah.
in the area must make a strength save.
Ooh.
Half damage, no other effect. Okay, I see. So they can move around and stuff. Okay, so
Yeah, it was like a squeeze and
All right.
whatever.
So one like backs away from Lilia, and like I'll just randomly decide. Well, Bravesweet's kind of hidden, so it'll be either Seraphine or Winthrop. So 1 through 3. Seraphine 1.
I mean, if I see them targeting one of my friends, am I allowed to use my hold action to
Yep.
actually shoot at them?
Go ahead.
Shoot who? Okay.
Go
so
ahead.
I'll do that.
Mhm.
I will fire my longbow,
Mhm.
1 arrow.
Mhm.
Do I just roll a d20? I guess. To
Yep.
do this
D20
thing?
plus your bonus.
I think it's dexterity.
It's Dex
so
plus
it's
your
not.
plus 2 basically. Dex plus 2.
Okay, so I rolled an 18, so plus 2 is 20.
And so it's
So-
plus your proficiency bonus and your Dex bonus. So it looks like you actually have a
Oh.
plus 4 to hit with that. So you rolled
Oh,
an
okay,
18.
so that's 22.
Now, do you want him to
And-
die or do you want to knock him out? It's up to you.
I think I'll knock them out. I don't see them as that
Alright.
big of a threat.
So-
since they seem to be overrun by them.
How do you knock him out? Like with your arrow, what do you do? You can just say. Doesn't matter.
I hit him in the shoulder.
The shoulder.
Like, knock him.
He screams, grabs his shoulder, and falls to the ground. All right, and then the other one. Oh God. He's very scared. Oh, he's gonna fling a dagger. He would probably fling a dagger at Bravesweet. That makes the most sense, right?
Oh no.
Plus
Oh,
3.
I had under.
Flings a fiery dagger. Ooh, a 20 total. Does that hit you?
No, come on.
You take
Oh no.
so
that hurts.
like, and the dagger goes right into your shoulder, and it was on fire. And it takes so you take a total of 5 damage from that dagger.
Owie.
The fire goes
That
out, but the
hurt.
blade is like molten hot. You know,
So that would be slashing. Or
Uh,
does it matter?
piercing, I think, for the throw dagger. All right,
Owie, guys.
and then that person starts to run also. So
Damn.
Lilia, there's I think one still up. They're running away. They're 30 feet away. What would you like to do?
Oh, okay. Can I try to cast? Okay, I'm gonna try to cast an illusion to make it seem like the trees are closing in on them.
What do I do? Is it a saving throw?
Let's see. It just says that like they would have to make a.
Is it great illusion? Is that what this is?
It's minor illusion.
Minor illusion.
They can examine it, and if it's an investigation roll, if they succeed, then they don't think it's real. I think that's the only thing.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Yeah, I see. Intelligence investigation. All right. All right. It doesn't matter. All right. So the forest is closing in. So this
Yeah.
person just like holds their head, drops to their knees, and just screams, waiting for the trees to crush him. He yells like, "I'm sorry, nature." Okay. So the fight is pretty much over. 2 are unconscious, one's dead, and another one's just trembling on the ground. And there you all are. What would you like to do?
Bravesweet realizes her shoulder's on fire and just drops and rolls.
Still have the dagger in. Shove it in more.
I can't do anything about that.
Oh, God.
I like to think I'm still somewhat hidden, but since now I'm like screaming, like I'm on fire, people look at me.
What was that?
Winthrop will probably go like, "Oh shoot, they're hurt," and run over them and just.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean,
I can heal. I can heal if you need.
okay.
And cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. So cure wounds, what is it, like 1d8 or something?
I think it's 1d8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d8.
So I roll the d8 to get the.
Plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Uh,
okay.
No, that would be Winthrop.
you-
We'll roll that to heal.
Yeah, give me a
Oh,
sec.
okay.
Give me a
Okay,
sec.
no problem.
7. So-
Thank you.
Heal.
I'm back to full.
So yeah, this Shatterkai dude leans over you, Bravesweet, and chants some words, and your wound is just like, shoop, and you feel perfectly good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Bravesweet.
Winthrop.
While all this is going on, I'm going to go walk over to the person that I knocked out, who has 2 arrows sticking out of him at the moment. I'm just gonna like slowly sit him up and put him against a tree nearby that's not on fire, hopefully.
He's like super unconscious. Normally when you knock someone out in D&D, they're unconscious for D4 hours. But I mean, if you wanted to slap them awake, you could do that. But right now this unconscious guy has an arrow in the back of his neck and an arrow in the back of his knee. And he's groaning, even though he's unconscious. He's in so much pain, he's still groaning.
Okay. Is the forest still on fire at this point?
Yes, a tree is on fire and another tree is starting to get on fire.
I
Okay.
wasn't gonna say.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to everyone else and say, you go take care of this. I'll interrogate him. Take care of the forest.
Okay. Is there
I'd probably start working on that to the best of my ability.
is there like a river nearby or like
There is a
something?
pond nearby. Yes, it's about like
Okay.
a couple hundred feet away.
I'm not really useful here, so
This
this
is
is
just
good.
anything you can think
It's
of. you
okay.
can
Let
try
it
to do.
burn. Let it burn. Who cares?
Wow.
The trees never.
What are you talking about?
The trees.
I'm gonna try to grab my hat and grab water, start throwing it at the tree. Get it out.
All right. So you're gonna get water in your hat. Oh, so you're gonna go to that pond. When you go to the pond, there's a lot of little lily pads in it, and a lot of frogs. And like one frog is right at the edge of the pond, like staring at you as you fill your thing.
I'll probably be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Frog. I really need to help the tree over there. I'm sorry for using your water."
Okay.
And I can speak to animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh god,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do frog voice. He's like,
You got this, Dean.
he's like, I got something in my throat there, lady. And he like spits out a tiny little iron box out of his mouth.
Okay.
I know. That's what I said. Good luck with the fire.
Thank you. And I'm gonna grab the box.
Okay. It looks like it was like like if you got a ring and you put it in a jewelry box. It's like one of those little boxes.
Okay. I'll tuck it into my pocket. Check it out later.
All right. So you're gonna.
I need.
Go ahead.
I gotta get this fire thing.
Okay. All right. So Lilia, you're getting water in your hat. What's Winthrop doing?
Winthrop would probably just be trying to put out as much fire as he can, like maybe taking off. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Like with cloth and clothing, trying to.
Yeah.
And what about Bravesweet?
I kind of give a toothy grin, kind of like I'm kind of satisfied the fact that the trees around me are burning. I feel a little bit of satisfaction in this. And so, like, everybody seems to be frantically helping, so I'm like, oh yeah, I should help, but I don't really. So I'm mostly watching the trees burn and just being like, this is nice.
So meanwhile, Seraphine, you're down a little ways, and are you waking up this unconscious guy?
Yeah, I'm slapping him awake. It's time.
Okay, he screams. He says, "Go! What's my neck? There's like a sting in my neck. What happened?"
Well, not to worry you a bit, but you've been shot. So before you try to think of doing anything,
like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
I slap him again.
He slaps again. Ah! He's like, "Don't shake it."
And I tell him, "Tell me everything you know, and tell me why you were doing this."
Everything I know. Okay, make a persuasion or an intimidate.
Okay.
Skill check. So you roll a d20 and you would add your bonus to whichever skill you want to use.
Persuasion bonus. Let me find that real fast. Okay. Okay, 15.
Okay. All right. So you slap him in the face. He looks like he's pretty scared. He's like, "What was I doing?" Okay. He says, "Look, this druid lady stole from us, and we need to get it back. It's very important." All right.
Okay.
She stole from us. Okay.
What did she steal?
I'm not supposed to say, he says, looking around.
I can put another bolt through your other knee, or you can tell me.
So, all right. He took the golden skull. I'm not supposed to say that.
It's okay. Nothing else is going to happen if you just cooperate.
All right. Can you please get it back and bring it to the temple? Wait. Bring it to me, and I'll bring it back to the temple, and I'll pay you. I'll give you like a reward. Okay.
I like saunter on over, seeing this intense conversation, and go,
Yeah.
"What druid?
Huh? What?
What druid?"
What? I don't know. It's some lady with blonde hair. She broke into our place. She stole our stuff, and it was horrible. And we were trying to get it back. And you hurt me really badly.
You're welcome.
You spoke of a temple. What temple would that be from?
This is a big temple where a lot of people get together to worship as they choose.
I'm aware, but what deity do you speak of? Do you worship one?
What deity? What was I gonna say? He kind of coughs and mumbles something.
Would you mind repeating that?
Can I go now? I think I've told you enough.
No, you haven't told me anything.
He says, fine. You don't. All right, fine. He says, Zugtmoy. You happy?
Can you repeat that? Sub-toy?
No, he says. It's Zugtmoy. Zuggtmoy. He spells it out for you. No,
Okay.
Zuggtmoy.
That's so nice of him.
All right.
Would I have any knowledge, based on my religious background, of who that deity would be?
Make an arc. Oh, you can make a religion. Yeah, go ahead.
Religion check. Okay.
Roll d20 and add your religion bonus.
Ah! I dropped it. Okay. 6. And that's a 7. Oh, great.
Okay, you're not really sure. You've heard something, but it doesn't sound like a god, more like a demon lord. I think you would know that much.
Oh, great. Demon lords.
I think the fire is out now. The rest of you can come over. And
Yeah.
Winthrop and Lilia, you probably saw Bravesweet just walk away from the fire.
Yeah, I'd probably.
I'm just gonna be like, so the fire is out, or are we like still?
Yeah, fire's out. Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna just like walk over to the Dragonborn and be like, excuse me.
Yes.
Did you not see that fire? I was trying very hard to put it out, and that was not very nice of you, sir.
To be helpful to the trees, you mean? I mean, what did you owe the trees? What did the trees ever really do to you? I mean, all they do is sap things from the ground, and they're ucky and yuggly. I mean, why would you want this? No, you're right. I should have helped, but who cares?
This is my home, sir, and I try to keep it very nice.
That tree insulted me with its presence. I don't want to. I was happy to see it go. You know how trees need that fire to like restart? I was just letting it do its thing. It's nature. You let nature do its thing. I just took a step back.
Sir, that was not very nice, and I don't like it. That was very mean of you.
I'm sorry. I will try not to offend you so much.
Please do. And please make sure to take care of the trees, because this is my home, and they take care of me and my friends. And then I point to the frog and be like, "That's good boy."
Yes, they take care of all
the cultist with the arrow in his head, he looks at you, Lily, and he says, "That one's got a bad attitude." You know?
Oh, you shut up! You started this!
I'm just saying. I don't know if you can trust that one.
What were you trying to do here? That was not very nice of you.
We got robbed, and we were chasing the thief, and she's getting away.
What is the thief's name?
Kella. She's a druid or something.
Kella? She would never do this.
She's a master of disguise.
You notice that my face sort of, like, a little bit kind of, like, my eyes open a little wider because reasons.
Okay. While they're having their little spat, I'm going to just sort of observe, and then when I think they're finished, I'm going to say, while I'm not sure what everyone is exactly doing here, I do know that who this person speaks of is not a very good person. I know every deity so far, and the best I can see is that this is likely a evil creature, and if they're going to be stealing, I don't think that it matters so much that we should aid them, if you know what I see.
The cultist tries to get up, just casually, and dust himself off.
I
Okay,
couldn't
all right.
No.
I point my wand at him and I'm just like, mm-mm.
He looks at your wand with a heart on the end. He says, "What's that gonna do? Give me candy or something?"
Okay.
He's
I'm
like,
gonna
"Oh my God, it's still there."
It'll make you care for trees.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. And I'm just gonna slap him with my wand.
So you conjure a magic hand, you slap him in the face.
Oh my God.
All right, he sits back down. He's like, "I'll be good, furry monster. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." He says, "Look,
Good.
the golden skull is in an iron box. Don't take it out of the box. I'm just telling you. Bring it to me. I
Oh.
know what to do with it. I can dispose of it. I'll just wait right here
And then,
while you go
alright,
get it." Okay.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and be like, this?
What? What do you pull out?
The iron box.
Oh, he says, "Oh, that's funny. That's like a tiny version of it, but mine's like about 4 inches. It's like a big cube. It's got like a little golden skull in it. That's got magic powers that will probably hurt you badly. You should not open the box. Just bring it to me, okay? Now I'm gonna wait here. You guys should get going because they're getting away.
I
And
don't.
I'm gonna go. No. Damn it.
It's a very nice try, but I just
Have I-
kind of push him down a bit. And I turn to the others and I say, while I may not know what exactly you would intend to do, I am here for a reason. And unfortunately, these men seem to be involved in part of my journey. So unfortunately, I do need one of them alive, but the other one I don't have need of.
I just live here. I don't want any of these trees, any of this forest to get hurt. I don't really care about these people, and they were trying to hurt the forest. So,
Do you know of this Kella that they speak of?
like I know her. She's like I think she's a good person, right? Like, just from my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very unusual. It must be this Zugamoy.
Okay, just I fixed the screen. Everything's good. Sorry, everybody. When somebody drops out, I have to fix the overlay. Yeah.
No problem. Is she able to come back? Are you able to bring her back?
I don't know.
Please
Yeah,
hold.
if she logs in, but if she's having a connection problem, she might not be able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we'll try to keep the main action. Then
Yeah. She's just quietly
yeah,
sitting.
she's there. She's observing. It's a quiet elf.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys know a little bit more. Zugtmoy is a demon queen of fungi, and you killed somebody. Is that what happened?
Well, they're trying to convince me not to, but I'm gonna argue that we should, because there's a temple, and it has a lot of greater evils inside of it. It has these cultists who I believe these people might be a part of it. And these evil beings are trying to destroy the world. I don't know. They're just causing chaos wherever they go, and it's not nice. And they kill indiscriminately. And while I would rather not speak of it, but I currently know of an army who is coming to take care of them. And we would like very much to know if there is any way we could possibly take care of this temple as easily as possible. And if there is any known evil around here, and if it would take away one more man facing them on the battlefield, I would happily take them out.
Okay.
I'm not okay with this. I don't.
Bravesweet's
But
convinced.
they're
Like, okay,
evil.
they're a threat. Okay. Sure.
So, how do you kill these people?
Oh, God.
I feel really bad about doing this, but I know that I have to, and I feel like it's my right to save others. So I just quietly slit his throat.
I
Unconscious. It's like it's way better than like stabbing violently. Like this is the nice thing to do.
First.
All right. He grabs his throat. He falls backward, and like the arrow that was in, hits the ground, and it pops through the front of his neck, and he's dead. Now, what about the other unconscious one?
oh boy.
Oh God. They're evil. So
They're evil.
I can't let anyone else go back. I'm sorry, but I really have to. If there are any part, I have this one man. That's all I need. We've already killed one, so I'm kind of like reluctant, but I know I gotta do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody else, Winthrop, Bravesweet, and Lilia, make a perception check.
Okay. Perception, that would be a 19.
That's good. What did everybody else get?
Perception check.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got a 13.
Okay. So yeah, roll a d20 and add your perception bonus. What'd you get, Bravesweet?
I got a 7.
Oh, wait, Lilia, what'd you get?
I got a 13.
Okay. So only Winthrop sees this. Winthrop, when Seraphine leans down and stabs the guy in the back, for a moment you see like a spectral purple half-elf man with long hair appear next to her and look at you and smile, and then he vanishes.
What kind of smile?
And not nice smile.
And does
What
he
kind
have
of
a
smile?
skull on the sock?
Just like
what kind of smile?
he's just
that just happened.
probably a little evil, haha.
Oh boy.
That's weird.
Okay. So you guys going to follow the blood trail?
Wait, before we
I
go,
know, Winthrop would.
before we go, I loot the bodies to see if they have anything.
Oh my God.
All right.
They could have something important. What if they have letters on them? I need to find it.
There actually is a letter on one of them. The leader has a
what
letter.
Does it say? See, I was right.
It says, once you get the golden skull, meet with Kel in the realm of shadow. And it's signed by someone named Senshak, and she has doodled or stamped a symbol on it of a jawless skull with fungus growing on it.
Oh.
I want to take a look at that. I'm like, wait. Let me see this.
And Senshak has really nice handwriting. Really
Okay, I just pass it over.
Nice handwriting.
Mhm.
This is nice handwriting.
It's very.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Really nice
Yeah,
handwriting.
right.
Except there's a little bit of blood on it now, so it's getting a little.
Do I find anything else?
Smell it.
Smell it.
Does it smell like anything?
It smells like that guy's pocket.
Does it smell like mushrooms at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do I
So
find
like,
anything
it's the fungus.
worth taking on the bodies?
You find
Does anybody
about.
else want to read this?
Okay. Can I try?
Sorry, give me a second. There we go.
Can I closely examine the box that I have?
It just looks like a jewelry box, like you could put a ring in it. There's no ring in it.
Okay. Can I open it? Is it just empty inside?
Yeah, it's empty.
Okay.
Looting, you find a total of 12 gold
Yeah.
and 4 daggers.
Okay.
Bravesweet hands you back the letter.
Okay, I take it and put it in my pocket.
All right,
Nice
so
handwriting.
3 dead bodies, pools of blood everywhere. What would you like to do?
Winthrop would probably start going down the blood trail. If he thinks it's Kella, he's probably just gonna start heading that way.
Okay.
Let's follow through.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Alright.
Um,
I'm just gonna like these cool people. Okay.
Lilia, you realize this trail leads exactly to Gnarl's Grove.
Ah!
All right.
Guys, I would be careful here. My friend lives here, and I just, don't hurt the trees, please.
Okay.
I take very careful steps to not hurt the trees, the grass. I try not to touch any living thing.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I'm Lilia.
Seraphine.
Right, you're Lilia.
Seraphine, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet ya.
Nice to meet you too.
I apologize for all that.
All right. So
No worries.
you go to the grove. You got to kind of pull some branches aside. It's kind of really hard to find, but Lilia knows where it is, and the blood leads right to it. So do you you pull it aside and go in the grove?
Yeah.
There's a waterfall. There's a river of sparkling water. There's a big archway with elven carvings on it, and there's ivy like wrapped around it. And in the archway, there's like a glowing, shimmering field. And there's like trees line the whole thing in a big circle.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the blood trail, and hopefully nobody's hurt. I'm just gonna be like, no!
All right.
No!
Out of the trees comes a 10-foot tall furry thing that looks a lot like Lilia did earlier. So it like walked out like this, looking at you, but then it sees the others and it stops. And like suddenly, like the sky starts to get dark, and
No,
the
these are my
shadows
friends.
grow, and like there's some brambles like growing everywhere.
I don't like that.
No, these are my friends. I just met them. They're my friends.
Okay, he like looks at you, and he looks at them, and he looks at you.
I'm just like,
They're good people. I mean, except that one, and it points to the cleric, and
You say that, and now it gets
Excuse me.
really dark. And there's a whole bunch of brambles like growing near the cleric.
She doesn't know what she's saying. I am.
but everything's fine.
It
They
is
help
nice
me. They
to
help
meet
me
you.
protect the forest, and that's what's important.
It kind of starts to get the brambles go away, and a couple of like white blossoms appear next to each person.
Good.
And
Good.
he like shoots a hand into his fur, and he's like he's rooting around in there.
Okay.
I give him a big hug. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, okay. He
It looks
hug
really
over
funny.
here, and he's still rambling with the other one.
It looks really funny because he's 10 feet tall and I'm 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're really short.
All right.
Oh.
Out of his
Yeah.
fur, he pulls like a wheelbarrow, and he throws it on the ground, and he looks at you, the new 3 people. He just stares at you.
Okay. Is this your friend?
Do I know his intention?
He just
Should I roll a
what's
suck?
happening here?
he threw a wheelbarrow in front of you, and now he's staring at you expectantly.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna unscrew my jar. I'm gonna take one of the little like pieces of fungi, and I'm gonna like place it in the wheelbarrow.
He like excitedly like shuffles over to the wheelbarrow, like looks in the wheelbarrow, looks at you. Then it roots around in its fur again, and it pulls out like a hammer, and it drops it in the.
Okay.
Oh, this is a lot.
Is he like a scavenger or something? A pet?
He's pulsing out of his fur. Last week it was a bed, and that was nice.
Okay. Great.
What?
Is he going to be joining us then?
No, he lives here.
Okay.
Does he talk?
Not really.
Okay, then
He's
are
very
we
good
nearing, are we nearing the end of the blood trail, or
The trail
just-
leads right to the glowing archway.
Gnarl, did you see anybody pass here? I mean, there's blood on the trail. Did you notice anything?
Suddenly, like, white blossoms appear on the ground and lead in a line right to the shimmering portal.
We should go this way.
Guys, I think we
Good
should
sign.
follow it.
Okay.
can we like take a second to breathe before we go through? Like prepare
This
in
nice
case there's
waterfall.
anything on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
I assume we still see the nice waterfall. Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
do know that Kella was bleeding to death when she went through there, so.
Yes.
We
But-
should probably hurry.
Okay, then let's hurry.
So
Yeah.
Gnarl looks at you all and then just starts walking backwards until it goes like between two trees and then it just kind of and now he's just gone.
Bye.
Enjoy your fungus.
All right, so there's a portal. What do you want to do?
I'm heading through it.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Lily, you walk through.
Mhm.
Lily walks through and vanishes. What do the rest of you do?
I follow after because
You
we're
walk
in this now.
and vanish.
Winthrop would probably just take a deep breath, close his eyes, and walk through because he's done something similar before.
And Bravesweet, you're all alone with the wheelbarrow. What do you do?
Is the little hammer thing you put in there?
Hello. Could you tell me, have you seen she's like a druid elf lady, right? Or like human, or have you seen a
She's yeah, she's like an elf druid. Yeah.
have you seen a blonde elf around here? She's probably bleeding.
All right. So as you approach the dog and you say that, it's suddenly like the flash of light appears and then it disappears, and it appears closer to the other three. Like it just teleported about 20 feet,
Oh.
and it like starts sniffing each of you and wagging its tail.
I just let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Let it.
Not
I even turn my butt around and be like, okay, if you need to.
Don't hurt the dog.
Okay.
Probably
Drink
hold out a
more
hand to let it.
It goes to the hand.
Oh wait, I didn't need to do that.
Yeah, I don't know what. All right, yeah, it seems to like you guys, and it barks, and then it runs over to teleports back over to Lilia, and it like looks at you. It sits and wags its tail and looks at you.
So I'm gonna ask it again. Hey, hello, good boy. Have you seen the elf lady anywhere?
Can you talk to animals? Is that the deal? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh God, it talks.
Watch your voice.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen.
He starts to run, and he stops and looks. Come on.
Hey,
All right, so you're gonna follow.
Follow.
He is to, I'm following
Follow
the
the
dog.
Okay.
Like, guys, come on. He said he knows where it is. Come on, let's go.
So you.
Okay.
I'm
Kind of-
kind of excited and I run. I'm like,
All right.
oh, puppy.
So you.
I'm following, but also keeping an eye out for any like blood trails because we followed one here.
You are actually following the blood trail. The dog is following that trail. So-
Okay.
It leads you around a few buildings, and you come to a big lake. It's a really bright blue lake, and lying on the shore of the lake is like a half-eaten body of one of these cultist people. Like its legs are there, but nothing else. And there's a bunch of gigantic lily pads, like 10 feet wide. And on one, you see Kella unconscious and bloody. And on another one, you see a giant frog that looks like it's suffering quite a bit.
No!
Are we able to get to them at all, or do we have to cross, like, on these lily pads?
You look like you could jump from lily pad to lily pad, or you could dive in the water. Either way you like. The dog suddenly teleports next to the druid on the lily pad, and it like looks at her and looks at you and barks. Oh, and it says, "This one, this one. Do you see it?"
Can you tell it to teleport her over here?
How far out are the lily pads actually? That Kelly's on.
Oh, how far out are they? Let's see. The Kella one is 30 feet. The giant frog one is right next to it, so they're both about 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, hey, puppy, can you bring her here?
He goes, "Oh, okay, ready, okay." And like he teleports and he appears without her. He goes, "Oh wait, okay, hold on." Right, he goes back. He teleports again. Oh, I can't do that.
he said he can't do that.
Did you see? Did you see where she was? He teleports back over there.
Yeah.
On that note, I go, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." Like I don't hear him talking, but I look at how he's trying to teleport, and I kind of get the picture of what he's trying to do. So I start swimming towards Kela. What is it?
Kella. Bravesweet.
Kela.
You jump into the sparkling bright blue water, and suddenly a hidden dark shape shoots a tongue out at you.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we probably should have checked the water.
Yeah.
No.
I think somebody needs to mute. I'm not sure what that noise is. All right, there.
Sorry, we have visitors.
Okay. All right, ready? I gotta roll to hit here. 19 on Bravesweet.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so Bravesweet. Under a lily pad, a giant frog was lurking, shoots its tongue out, and wraps the tongue around you and draws it into its mouth, and it bites you for 4 points of damage. You're underwater. You're kind of half in its mouth. All right. Then we should roll initiative.
Okay. Is she considered grappled or just? Great.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, guys. I should have checked the water.
13 for me.
All right. Seraphine with a 13. What about Lilia?
I was gonna attempt something, but I was worried for it to mess up anyway. A dirty 20.
What did
I got a 1.
Oh.
A natural 1.
Yeah.
All right, so
It was
Bravesweet.
bound to happen.
Bravesweet
Yeah.
got
So I rolled a 17, but I have a +1 on my Constitution, so that's 18.
Oh no, that you add your dex to the
Oh, my
roll
dex.
initiative.
Sorry. So that's +2, so that's actually 19.
Did somebody roll a 20 or no? Did I mishear that?
No.
I got a dirty 20. I rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
Winthrop, you actually go first. So you see Bravesweet dive into the water and start swimming, and suddenly, under a lily pad nearby, a tongue shot out, grabbed and pulled her underneath.
Something's got my leg!
Oh shoot! Do I have an idea of where it came from?
Yeah.
Like I know it's underwater.
Yeah,
but...
it's under
It's
one of the
right
lily
here.
pads. Yeah. Oh, Bravesweet,
Okay.
you're underwater, Bravesweet, so you
Oh.
can't.
No. Let's see. What kinds of abilities do I have to do literally anything in this situation? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to do, so I'm gonna try to jump over to the lily pad. Like I'm gonna jump and then I'm gonna use Blessing of the Raven Queen to Misty Step another 15 feet.
Ooh.
Are you going to the lily pad that Bravesweet is under, or are you going to some other ones?
Yes, I was going to go to Kella, but I'm gonna go to the one where Bravesweet is under.
Oh, okay. Because she's only like 10 feet out. So you go to.
She's only like 10 feet out? Okay, so I'm gonna... Could I jump that distance at all? Do you think?
What's your strength?
My strength is 14.
Yeah, you can. So you jump. You don't need to roll anything. You can jump to the.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And is it like underneath the lily pad?
Yep.
All right. Can I see through the water and see where it is?
Well, the lily pad's pretty big. You can't.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can't really. You'd have to come over to the edge and maybe look over. They're underneath it.
Yeah.
You've only used 10 feet of movement. You still have 20 more feet you can use if you want.
Okay. I'll jump to. Is there a close one so I can see what's underneath it?
Yeah. You do that?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
do that.
You jump to another one, and you can kind of see underneath. You see the giant frog, and Dragonborn is in its mouth. What do you do?
Oh shoot. What can I do? Like my best idea is like a short bow because I don't have a whole lot of things I can do with water. So I'm just gonna try to shoot.
Okay.
It's through the water. So it's like,
Oh boy.
Well, what? It's a crossbow.
No, it's just a short bow.
Okay, so you'll have disadvantage then. That means you roll twice and take the lower of the two rolls. Disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, I definitely didn't hit it no matter what.
Okay.
I got a 4 and a 3, so.
Okay. All right, so you jump to a couple of lily pads. You open fire, but not quite. Bravesweet, you're in the water. You're grabbed. So if you want to try to escape, it's grab. You don't have to. You would make a escape check, which is either your choice, athletics or an acrobatics check. You'll have to beat a certain number. Because you're grabbed right now, the giant frog. Let's see. You're blind? Oh, wait, not yet. No. Okay, you're just restrained, which means you can't move,
Okay.
and I think you have penalties to attack rolls and stuff. Let me see.
Oh.
Restrained.
I think if she's grappled, she has disadvantage on her next attack.
Yeah, the attack rolls, your attack rolls have disadvantage, and it has advantage to hit you.
So I think I want to use my movement to try to get them grappled.
Okay, so you're going to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check, your choice.
Okay. I'm gonna do athletics. Or wait. Yeah, sure. I'll do an acrobatics.
Okay, so roll a d20 and add your acrobatics bonus.
16.
Oh,
So that's.
You escaped.
Thank you.
All right, now that was your action, but you can still move if you want.
So I can't attack. I no longer have the ability to
no.
attack. Am I like close enough where I could use my movement to get on top of the lily pad?
Yeah.
Like hoist myself up.
Okay.
That's
so
what I'll do.
You free yourself from the tongue, and you pull yourself up out onto the thing.
There's a thing down there. It's just a toad and it's ugly.
All right.
You almost got eaten.
Yeah.
All right, on my turn.
Fine.
The toad is going to go after either Winthrop or Bravesweet. I will roll to see. Winthrop. So
I'm just
the frog,
still talking to the dog.
The frog swims and shoots out of the water and lands on the lily pad next to you and tries to bite you, Winthrop. Plus 3. Only a 3. So I got a 6. I missed you. So it shoots out its tongue, but you dodge it. Now
Not today.
the sickly frog that's on the lily pad looks at you guys and its eyes are all bloodshot. But it's oh yeah. So it's gonna try. It jumps over to Bravesweet's lily pad and it's gonna try.
Oh god.
Oh.
And misses you. Make a perception, Brave.
Oh. It's a D20, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So I rolled a 10, so it's perception, so that's... Oh, come on. Where's my perception?
Perception is based on wisdom, so it'd be wisdom, and if you're trained in it, it's an extra +2.
Okay, so it's just a +1, so I have 11.
All right. You don't see anything. Seraphine, your turn. You're on the shore. Winthrop is on one lily pad, and there's a frog. And then Bravesweet is on another lily pad, and there's a frog. What would you like to do? Oh, and Kella is 30 feet out, lying there, just...
Got it. Okay. I am going... I'll see Bravesweet looking a little rough and I'll shoot the frog that's on the lily pad with her with my crossbow.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Let me do 7 plus 4. That's 11.
11 hits. How much damage?
Okay. That is 1d8. So 4 plus 2. So that's 6 points of piercing damage.
All right, 6 points. All right, the arrow sticks into it and it croaks in pain. No blood comes from the wound, but you definitely heard it. Is that it for Seraphine?
I'm gonna take a few steps back for my movement.
Okay.
Get out of tongue range.
Okay. Like it's about 10 feet away from you on a lily pad. You're on the shore. So how far back do you want to move? It's up to you. The tongue looks like it has to be right next to you, pretty much, to get a shot.
Okay, then I'll move back about 5 feet.
Okay.
Just to give a little bit more distance.
Okay, got it. All right, Lilia.
So just as general, I've been here before, so do you think that I would know if these frogs are evil, or are we just in their territory?
They're not evil, but a lot of creatures here are wicked.
Okay.
They like screwing with people and killing them. So.
Okay, then I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast on the one that was the one that bit Bittersweet.
Bravesweet. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Yeah. It's a 10. I don't know if it hits
10
anything.
misses. It shoots just a little wide.
Yeah, it's just
All right, and then
Thanks.
Winthrop, there's a giant frog right next to you trying to swallow you. What do you do?
Hello. Let's see. It's I currently have my short bow out, right? But what would it take to switch to my quarterstaff?
You can just do it. It's no big deal.
All right, I'll do that. And use both hands, just
Okay.
Flop it.
whack him.
Okay.
Yeah. 15. 19?
19 hits. How much damage?
That'll be a D8. Yes, both hands. I didn't roll good. 3.
3 damage. Okay. So you strike it with your staff, and it kind of blinks and is staggered a little bit. All right. Is that it for Winthrop?
That would be it.
All right. Then it's Bravesweet's turn.
So the frog's right in front of me.
Yeah, it's close up. Its eyes are bloodshot and a little yellow, and its skin, is not a vibrant green. It's kind of gray, and it looks
Can I
not well.
quickly roll a perception check to see if I know what that could be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was for perception. Oh boy, I just need to look at these.
D20 plus.
Perception is plus 1, so that's 12.
12. You kind of get the feeling. Oh, well, let me make a roll here. Okay. Here's what you get. There's a evil aura coming from this creature, to the point where it's you almost feel almost hurt yourself just being close to it, and it feels like any wound you have will actually get a little worse if you're close to this creature. Just an aura of pain and evil coming from this frog. That's kind of what you.
I don't like that.
All right, so that didn't count as an action or anything. So what would you like to do?
Okay. I'd like to touch my back a little bit, and I'm gonna use my breath weapon, Blue Lightning. And that's a 2d6. So, hold on.
I think I have to make a saving throw, right?
Oh yeah, I think you do.
All right.
Do I have to roll something to hit, or you just make a saving throw?
I think with a breath weapon, I have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
It depends on the breath weapon.
Yeah. What does it say on your Dragonborn one? Does it say?
Says 2d6. The save throw has to be 10. So if you roll higher.
Oh,
or
okay.
If you roll,
All right. So I made the save, but I think I still take half damage when I make the save.
okay,
right?
yeah, okay.
So
I roll 2d6 for it.
and I'll take
Yep.
half the damage.
Okay. That was 6. That was 4, so that's 10, so you get 5.
All right. Okay. So you breathe lightning on it, and like it croaks in pain, and like it's hurt really bad. It's like starting to bleed. It's like bleeding from the eyes a little bit.
Ooh.
All right. And is that it for Bravesweet?
I think so.
All right.
Everybody else is around, so I'll stand my ground.
Okay.
So.
Now it's my turn. Wow. Okay. Frog next to Winthrop. Winthrop. Slow motion. It opens its mouth.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Tongue like
Ah!
+3.
I don't like it.
5 + 3 is 8. Right. So you easily dodge, right? Bravesweet.
Nope.
Just nope your way out of there.
12?
I should have moved a little. Shoot.
Does
12 hit.
Does 12 hit Bravesweet?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, stupid frogs. All
I'm
right,
16 armor class.
that's it for me. Seraphine, it's your turn.
Okay. I see the frog is looking a little bad. I want to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame on the one that's bleeding from its eyeballs.
Okay. Do I save for that, or do you roll?
Yeah, it's a Dexterity saving throw of 13.
I failed it.
Yes. Okay. 1d8. Okay. 3 plus 5. That is 8.
All right. So, and which one was this? The one on Bravesweet, or the other one?
Yes.
All right. So the one on Bravesweet. All right. So you killed it. How do you want to say it? It dies.
Ooh. I want to say. I want to say. Go back to whatever you came from. You're not touching her. And just cast my flame and.
Okay. So, Bravesweet, you're right next to it. So that happens.
Yeah.
It dies, and like it kind of falls over on its back, and something that's inside its stomach kind of rolls close to the lips of its mouth. Looks like it swallows something kind of big, and.
Oh
God, it's gonna be the skull.
Lilia, your turn, Lilia.
Oh,
Kill the
it's
other
my
one!
turn.
Kill the
I would like not to be frog food.
Yes, I will hit the one. I'm gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, the one next to Winthrop.
Yes.
Eldritch Blast. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. All right. That's. I think that's a. Sorry, there's a lot of words here.
I think it's your spell attack bonus.
Yeah. That's gonna be a 20, not a dirty 20.
Oh,
A dirty 20.
All right. So how much damage does your Eldritch Blast do to the giant frog?
I do 1d10, and it's a 5, so I do 5.
Okay, it's hurt bad. Your Eldritch Blast and like blood comes from the.
I'm just like, don't hurt my new friend! God damn it!
And then it is Winthrop's turn. It's hurt bad, Winthrop. What do you want to do?
I'm just doing just walloping it with my staff. Like, nope. Let's see. That's a 10.
10 misses. All right.
Darn
And then Bravesweet, it's your turn. There's a dead frog next to you. There's something in its mouth. I don't know.
Oh.
Could I take like the little hammer I stole and like prop its mouth open and take a peek of what's actually in its mouth?
There's an iron box. It's like this big.
It's the box.
In there. like take the edge of like my little short sword from my sheath thing, and like I use the hammer and the thing to like take it out of its mouth without touching it.
Okay, so you bring the box out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go.
Okay, you sense like once it comes out of the frog's mouth, you sense like this kind of like wave kind of envelop kind of like the whole lake. Everybody kind of feels it.
Like a happy wave, or
no, it's like a
evil
smell.
If I
no.
Like evil
Can I-
radiation, probably. That's what you feel. Yeah.
would I
immediately go like,
recognize,
like I turn my nose like, oh.
you said we all feel it. Would I recognize that aura energy at all?
Seraphine, you're not sure if your healing spells will work inside this aura.
Oh, this is a mistake.
How far is the aura? Like, is there a radius or is it just?
You don't know,
There.
but it's gigantic.
Oh, great. Oh,
Can I put it back in the mouth and pretend?
Yeah, put it back in the mouth.
Put it back.
Do you want to? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put
Put it back
inside
or
his
will
mouth.
help me.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm like, whatever
I'm
you
not
do,
touching it.
don't
I'm
do
just-
that.
eh.
Change whatever you just did.
Is that it? Is that
I'm
it?
on it. I'm on it.
Is that it for Bravesweet?
Well, would
You
that
just-
count as an action? I couldn't.
Yeah, you can still move if you want.
I don't think I'm gonna move because that's just a bad idea.
All right.
I don't know. Anyways.
That was Bravesweet's turn, right? Now it's my turn again already. Seems fast enough. Winthrop! My frog tries to roll above an 8. Let me charge it up with positive energy. Okay. All right, ready? It worked. 16 plus 3. 19?
Yeah, that hits.
Winthrop,
Oh.
the giant frog bites you for 4 piercing damage, and now it's got you like half in its mouth. And it's trying to swallow you, so you're grappled. You know. All right.
I've been there.
Seraphine, your turn.
Okay, I see what's going on. I'm just like, oh, great, here we go. So I load up my crossbow and I fire, making sure to hit it in a part where it's not going to hurt Winthrop at all.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to be 11 plus 4. That's going to be 15.
Hits. How much damage?
Okay, 1d8. Great. 3.
3.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right. It's still alive. All right.
Great.
All right. More blood coming from that wound. Lilia Starbit.
Okay.
The dog's running around you. It's got something in its mouth.
What you got there, boy?
Look it. It's like a little rag doll thing. It's mine. It's mine that I found.
Oh,
Do you like it?
it's very nice.
Try to grab it.
I'll play with you in a bit. But I have to help my friend.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna try to do. I guess I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast again. I'm only good against like humanoids.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
That's gonna be a 18.
You hit. How much damage do you do?
9.
Okay. How do you kill it? What do you want to say?
I'm like, so I'm like talking to the dog. I'm like, hold on a second, I'll be right there. And I go,
Thank you.
and then we just like red fire, like red lights go all over them.
Okay. Like the dog doesn't even look at what you're doing. It's just waiting for you to try to grab the.
That's a
I
good
love
dog.
him.
Okay. All right. Both of the frogs are dead. We're out of combat mode. Bravesweet,
Okay.
you're standing next to an evil thing.
I'm just like,
We don't have to touch that.
I'm just gonna say don't touch it, and I'm gonna run over to Kella and cast Cure Wounds because
Okay.
she's dead
All right.
almost.
I'm not hurt.
She's looking
Well-
bad.
So how much does she heal for? D8 something.
Hang on, let me find that really fast. Cure Wounds. That's gonna be 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Mhm.
So 3 plus 5 is going to be 8 points.
Oh, okay. So so you went over to her lily pad and you laid your hands on her, and like she starts to blink and like looks up at you and just kind of smiles. What?
Hi. Welcome back.
Hi. And she looks around and she's like, ah, hey everybody. She says, she looks at you, Seraphine. She says, my name's Kella, and I have this thing where I can turn into monsters and stuff. So I went into the temple, the evil temple of elements or something, and I stole do you see the thing that I stole? Is it around here?
Yeah, it's
Frog ate it.
Would it be like a
The
evil
frog ate
box
it.
that has like a weird
Yeah.
aura?
Yeah, it's evil. It's evil. Okay.
Yeah, we're
Kella, what exactly were you planning to do with this? This seems very dangerous.
She like dives into the water and like comes up on the shore, and like she's like got a
Wait,
bajillion.
you
She's
might
got
not
like a
wanna
bunch
touch
of.
it. You might want to touch it. Don't touch it.
Well, she's not going to the lily pad where it is. She's just kind of like
okay.
she's got like a million wounds, and she's just kind of like, oh my god. She's starting to bandage herself, and you asked her what did you ask her?
Ask, Oh, you did. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay, I asked her, like, why would you steal this if it's so dangerous and evil and, like, obviously glowing with a
She says, okay,
dark aura?
I went into this temple, and I pretended to be an ogre. She has a magic item that lets her look like monsters. So she says, and I pretended to be an ogre, and I looked around, and there's a bunch of cults in there. One's devoted to fire, one is to water, one is to air, and one is to earth. They're all led by agents of two other creatures. One is agents of Zugtmoy, a demon queen of fungi. And I don't know what the other one is. It's some mysterious god is the other one behind all of this. And I don't know who it is. I was trying to figure it out. But then I saw this skull that they made, right? And they said it was important for them. And they have to put these 4 elemental gems into it. So I figured I would steal it. And I did. And we might be able to use it to do something to them. Maybe. They said, you know what they said? They said that Zugtmoy actually made this thing. And now we have it. Where? I don't know. Where did it go? Did we lose it
The
again?
frog ate it.
The frog ate it. We can kind of tell that it's evil.
Uh-huh.
So we kept it there.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I mean, if you want it back, you go ahead. Like it's.
I'm not touching that thing. No, I just.
So what we're supposed to do with
let
it?
it stay in the frog corpse. That's where that's its new home.
You can't live here.
Go like.
Is that what you're saying?
This seems like a bad idea.
Can I jump over and try to like have Bravesweet like lift the frog thing up so I can inspect?
Sure. We
stone
can.
box.
I go okay.
Investigate what like the aura that it projects.
So Bravesweet, you carefully
I open the mouth for
Right.
Yeah.
I use my tools to just kind of.
Okay. So
not touching.
as the iron box is opened, inside you see a golden skull with no lower jaw, and it's got 4 slots in the head that are all empty. And as it's opened, you can sense, especially Seraphine, this wave of kind of like necrotic energy, just kind of sort of making the air hazy. That's how it kind of feels. You can almost see it. And you can tell that this is a magic item of incredible power. And magic items in D&D, some of them require attunement. Attunement means you have to sit there for an hour with it and mess with it. And then once you do that, you're attuned to it and you can use its powers. You can only be attuned to 3 magic items at a time. So, but none of you have any right now. So you know that if you can either attune to it and you can use its powers, or you can just sit there and study it for a while, make an Arcana check, and you might be able to figure out what it does.
I'm good at that.
Doesn't like
yeah,
it.
can I wave her over and be like, can you tell me more of this?
So are you all going to gather on the lily pad, gather around this evil thing? And
Oh no, it's gonna stay.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off and
Winthrop's getting away from it. Like I'm staying on shore.
Okay.
I don't like it at all.
Could I have like someone help me like carry this body of this frog to the shore so we could all investigate it?
Oh
Just
yeah, that's a good
be-
idea.
Yeah,
I'm human and I'm big, so I'll help.
Okay.
Because
I got all the strength.
Yeah,
I'm
because
really-
I'm very small and not very strong.
All right. So you bring the
So
frog.
let us two muscles take care of that.
You bring the frog body to the shore, and the box is in the frog. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not talking.
Yeah.
All right. So you bring it to the shore.
It's a full
Um,
package.
The dog
The whole
drops
thing.
its doll and runs over to the dead frog and starts barking at it.
Can I? I'm gonna be like, hey puppy, look what I got. I'm gonna grab the doll or whatever and be like,
The doll is of a brown-skinned elf with black eyes that are completely black.
Oh, she pretty.
Oh, the dog immediately ignores the frog and runs over to get his thing back. Hey, that's my thing.
You want to play?
Yes.
I'm just gonna play with it for a while.
All right. So do
Dog.
you throw it?
Um,
Do you throw it?
Yeah, I
All right,
throw
he
it.
teleports, gets it in his mouth, and teleports right back to you.
Oh, good boy.
I got it.
While this is great and all, can we please have some help figuring out what this thing is? This is of great importance right now.
There's something even more great importance. Puppy, do you have a name?
No.
Oh no!
Are we naming the dog now? Are we adopting a dog?
Do we have a pet?
We're adopting a dog. Okay.
He's my
A
dog
magical
now.
teleporting dog.
Says, I'm a blink dog.
Oh!
Yay.
Just because I can blink and teleport.
I love it.
Did I show you that I could teleport? Watch this.
Yes.
He like appears on the lily pad, then he comes back. It's magic. It's magic.
I love it. I love this dog. I love him so much.
Since I see she's occupied, can I go ahead?
I'm sorry.
Question, DM, would my spirit aura like affect my ability to attune with this magical item?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Then
evil,
can I?
but you know.
Yeah. After I'm done, I'm also gonna roll to see.
Seraphine, you probably feel something weird has happened to some of your equipment, I think.
Something weird has happened to what?
Some of your equipment. You can sense something weird just happened to your stuff.
Can I figure out what's happening?
You probably have a vial of holy water, right?
I do, yes.
It's now completely black, the water inside.
Shoot. Okay.
Probably ignoring the skull and now playing with the dog because.
Okay, yeah. You distract the dog while we figure out what is going on, like with this.
Oh. Right.
This skull.
I don't want anything to do with this skull, so I'm just playing with the dog.
I got a 19 on my Arcana, by the way.
Winthrop, actually, okay, this evil aura, it feels pretty comfortable for
Oh.
you, Winthrop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not.
I just don't like it.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like the Shadowfell. It feels
Oh, this is normal.
negative energy. Oh, it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so she did her Arcana check, so what do we know about it?
Okay, so you spend some time looking at this evil skull. It has a bunch of powers. So here's the deal. To use one of the powers, you have to cut yourself and put some blood on it. So you'd probably take D4 damage, and some of your blood would go on it, and then you could use one of the powers. The powers are Detect Thoughts. That's a spell that lets you read people's minds. Detect Evil and Good. You can sense who's evil and good. Poison Spray, which is an attack spell. And when you're dealing with evil creatures, you technically have a charisma of 20, which just means when you're dealing with evil creatures, they really like you. You know?
Oh.
Also, it has a 300 foot radius field. Nobody can use magical healing in that field.
Ooh.
Yikes.
But if I close the mouth, then that field is gone, right?
Well, when it's in the iron box and the iron box is shut, that the field is not there. Just so you know.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Okay. So like we have the box, right?
Mhm.
I know.
And
Okay.
when you have this is called the Orb of Goldendeath. This is an old classic magic item. You also, if you're attuned to it, you have disadvantage on saving throws against spells. it makes you more vulnerable to magic in general.
Okay.
This is cool and all, but unless it does ice birds, I don't care.
I have interest in this, but maybe I think the people that I work with might need to see this. I think I might need to take this back to the army. There would be great interest. Like I said, the army of people who are marching, we call ourselves the righteous, basically. We are trying to fight the evil, and I think if we could study this artifact, we would be able to figure out maybe a way of why it's so important to them, and if we can use it against them.
So if we bring it back to them, would you say they give us a reward for our efforts? I didn't come here for free.
I've never seen
you
a
think
ranger.
I jump in the water?
I can't promise.
You sure you're not rogue?
I can't promise anything. Currently, at the moment, I'm afraid I wouldn't know. I don't know what we could do with this, but if you would like a reward, I don't know the unlimited funds of an army. You know,
Say, I could use a new bow.
Well, this is good versus evil, so if you really want money.
As long as it's out of my forest, you are welcome to take it.
Yeah, you could take it. I don't need a box of can't heal aura.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do heal, so if I attuned myself to it, would it affect my ability to heal?
Yes. Well, to heal. Well, if it's in the box, you can heal people. But if you're holding it, yeah, nobody can heal.
Got it.
Magically.
So throw it like a bomb into the other place.
You could.
Oh boy.
Okay. Great. Okay. Then would you, because you guys have been so helpful, would you like to help me take this to the army?
Sure, I'm always up for adventure.
I'm sure we would find some sort of reward for you.
I'd gladly help. I don't like this cult at all.
Bravesweet.
I'm not a huge person on cults either, so.
Bravesweet, make a perception.
Oh no! What did I not find out? What am I?
No.
Perception, and I rolled a 12.
Good enough. Okay.
So that's
Bravesweet, you get the feeling that something is stalking your group, and you can kind of sense it in the tree line over by the lake. You see just a little bit of movement.
I go, keep your voices down. You watch.
Where?
Okay. Suddenly,
If you're really watched.
from the trees comes a big, like, black panther, and growing from its back are tentacles that end in, like, spiked pseudopods. And
no.
so it jumps out, it growls at you, and then it, like, suddenly magically, like, gets all blurry, and you're not sure exactly where it is. And that's what we're stopped for this week. And we'll. Yay! Yay!
I think I know what this is.
Dog.
Yay!
We're keeping the dog,
It's
right?
a doggo?
Yeah, we have a dog, and now Hella is gonna fight with us, I would hope.
Yes.
We have an ally.
The dog does like you. It might stick with you if you want it to.
He's the goodest boy.
God, it's like have a lesser hurt, so we're great.
Okay. Can you all play next Sunday?